Hello, this is Ruth Ann McKinnon. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is on the Charlie range of perfumes, or the ones that I own, which are here pictured, you can see. This is a underloved, underappreciated, underrespected house of perfumery, being very inexpensive, having been around a long time, and you can get most of these bottles for under $20, some of them even under 10, many of them under 10. And they go back to the 70s, and this is exactly the type of perfumery that I love and that I tend to really revel in, because these perfumes are beautiful, they perform, and they're inexpensive, and they smell good. And so it's just right up my alley, and just the kind of thing that I love, and I can just spray liberally and not worry about using it up because it's expensive and I don't want to buy more. So I'm just going to get started. I'm going to start with the original Charlie. This is the one that came out in 1973. This is the one that all the commercials on TV were about. Now, I have seen this Charlie be confused with Charlie Blue, and I've heard others say that they're the same, that Charlie Blue is the original Charlie, and that's not true. This is the original Charlie. There's nothing no color that comes with the title of it. This was released in 1973. This is a floral aldehyde. Top notes include aldehyde, hyacinth, galbanum, jasmine, and gardenia. In the mid, there's lily of the valley, geranium, among others, with some spices, including coriander. The base note, the primary note, and the primary thing about this perfume that gives its greatest character is oak moss. Also has sandalwood, vetiver, musk, and vanilla. This is an excellent value. I usually buy 2 bottles at a time. Generally, I get 2 bottles for about $25. I've only seen it come in this 1.5 ounce size. I'm not sure why it doesn't come in the bigger one. I know it used to, or at least I haven't been able to find it. This was the scent of the 70s. When I was a child, all of our mothers wore this scent. So this was considered an old scent when I was a kid. And there was like a law that had been passed in the 70s that all women had to wear this. When, I'm kidding, but when I would go over to my friends' houses, the houses always smelled like cigarettes and Charlie, because everyone smoked. All the moms smoked, and they all wore this. And so it's very nostalgic for me, and I love this fragrance. It's one of my great loves. It's in my top 5 favorites of all time. Absolutely love it. It's earthy, it's warm, ambery, spicy, and just gorgeous. I just absolutely love the earthiness, outdoorsiness. It's a very grounded fragrance. It lasts for 6 to 8 hours. It's got a great sillage. This is definitely beyond arm's length. It's just an excellent value for money. Great love of mine, and I hope maybe if you like Chypre type oak moss, spicy, ambery perfumes, give this one a try. Next, I'm going to cover Charlie Blue. All right, so this one also came out in 1973. This is very much like the original Charlie, except it's less ambery, it's less smooth, and it's a little harsher, a little more oak mossy. It's very strong. I would say this is even stronger than the original Charlie. Very long lasting. It's very unisex. This one reminds me a lot of Halston. And I know Halston is getting some attention right now because of the TV show. But this is actually more mossy, more woody, less ambery. And I don't detect any vanilla in this one either. So it's just like a harsher, harder version of Charlie. But it's beautiful. Now, of all of this range, this is the only one that my husband doesn't like. The oak moss, I think, in this is just too strong, but I love it. I love it. I can't get enough of it. And as you can see, I've used up over half this bottle. So if you like Chypres and oak moss, this is definitely worth a try. Next, I'm going to cover Charlie Red. Okay, Charlie Red came out in 1993. This is an amber floral perfume. Top notes include gardenia, peach, and orange blossom plum. In the mid, we have tuberose and carnation, and I would say those are the two floral notes in here that are the most prominent. In the base, there's sandalwood, musk, and amber. Now, this is a very well blended perfume, and it smells like a floral bouquet. It's a 1990s bombastic, big, red floral bouquet. If you like Giorgio, if you like those kinds of really bright, fill the room, kind of blow your head off when you put them on kinds of florals, this is definitely worth wearing. Now, when you first put this on, it's got the aldehydic application with the big florals. Can kind of be overwhelming, but that calms down quickly. In the dry down, it's this beautiful red floral that is just gorgeous. And you know, for about $8 for this huge bottle, I mean, who wouldn't like that? So unless you don't like florals, if you like florals, give this a try. It really is underloved, and I think you might like it. Next up, I'm going to cover Charlie White. Now, after the original Charlie, this one is my favorite. I am addicted to Charlie White. This is absolutely gorgeous. This came out in 1994. This is considered a white floral. It does have aquatic notes, so it's a white floral with a lot of watery, aquatic musk in it. This reminds me, if I were going to compare it to any other perfume, it reminds me most of Burberry Brit. So it's right up along those alleys. So if you like Burberry, Burberry Brit, Burberry Woman, this is something that you will probably like. I just bought a backup bottle of this because you can see this, I've just gone through in the last month. That's how much I like this perfume. I'm just addicted to it. I love spraying it all day, all night. And when I get going on it, I'll usually spend 3 days with it before I move on to something else. So my backup bottle that I just ordered from eBay was only $8, and that includes shipping. This also has a watermelon note, which I do not detect. Lily of the Valley, peach, violet, jasmine, and pink flowers. Very feminine, definitely worth a try if you like musky, watery florals. Next up is Charlie Gold. I would say of all the Charlies, this is the one that probably gets the most love and the most attention, at least on eBay, or on YouTube. So this one came out in 95. This is an amber floral. It has top notes of apricot, amber, and caramel. When I looked that up, I was surprised because I certainly don't detect any caramel. This is just a really well blended, warm amber fragrance. It has a lot of spices in there, cinnamon and clove and sandalwood, but they're blended enough that you don't pick out any one of those notes specifically. There is musk and cedar also, in addition to sandalwood in the base, together with vanilla. Somewhere in the mid of this, I almost get a little bit of a hint of Coca-Cola. Now, I actually kind of like that. It doesn't smell cheap. It doesn't smell bad. It's definitely not as spicy as Taboo. It's not oriental at all. It's just a warm amber. This is like a really good fragrance for winter time, Christmas time, with a cashmere, nice soft sweater, turtleneck sweater. Think of it like that in the fall and cold weather. This is gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous. If you like amber fragrances, this is worth a try. It's definitely the florals are in the background. Amber really steals the show on this one. So have an open mind, maybe give it a try. Next up, this is my last one. This is Charlie Silver. This is the one that came out the most recently. This is from 1997. This is a floral, fruity citrus fragrance. So this is Revlon's Charlie range. It seems like every range tries to cover all the bases. This is their citrus fragrance. This has white flowers blended with lime and aquatic notes. It also has pear, which I don't really detect specifically. I would say it's more of a generalized fruity quality, but I can't really say that I get pear. This has been compared to Davidoff's Cool Water. I would say if you took Cool Water and you took out most of the aquatic and you left the citrus, then I would compare it to that. But it's definitely less aquatic and more citrus. This one, of all the range, does not perform as well. I would say maybe 2 hours and even less in the heat. Which is unfortunate because it's designed, I think, to be a summer citrus fragrance, but it doesn't perform all that well. Of all this range, of all the line that I have, this is the only one I would say that doesn't perform very well. What I get mostly out of this is lime and lily of the valley and some watery aquatic notes. It's not the greatest of the line. It's not the most memorable. This is something that would kind of serve a purpose to take to the beach, to wear as a refreshing body spray type of a fragrance. But of all of these, this is probably the one I won't repurchase when it's gone. But it's certainly not bad. It serves its purpose. But of all the range, not the greatest. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and you'll consider Charlie. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.